Shalom, I am Rabbi David. Most people believe that to attract wealth, you must spend hours in deep meditation, recite hundreds of pages of ancient texts, or beg God for money until you are exhausted. But the ancient sages of the Talmud understood something entirely different about the architecture of abundance. They understood that the most powerful financial prayer in the Jewish tradition does not take hours. It takes exactly 1 minute. This 1-minute prayer is not a magic spell, and it is not a desperate plea for cash. It is a precise, calculated spiritual formula designed to align your mind, your actions, and your environment with the divine flow of wealth. It is a prayer that Jewish billionaires, scholars, and leaders have used for centuries to unlock closed doors and multiply their resources. Today, I am going to reveal this 1-minute prayer to you. I am going to break down exactly why it works, the ancient Talmudic science behind it, and how you can start using it today to completely transform your financial reality. But before I reveal the words of this prayer, you must understand why most prayers for money fail. Most people pray from a position of lack. They focus entirely on what they do not have. They tell God how broke they are, how stressed they are, and how desperately they need a miracle. But the universe does not respond to desperation. It responds to alignment. If you are constantly speaking the language of poverty, you are building a vessel for poverty. You are letting the world command your destiny instead of commanding it yourself. And for those who are truly serious about accelerating their journey, for a limited time, I am opening the doors to the Torah Millionaire Business School for just $299. This is where I unveil the complete Torah wealth system, the full architecture of ancient wisdom applied to modern financial transformation. The doors are closing soon. The link is in the comments. Now, let us look at the 1-minute prayer. It is based on a profound teaching from the Talmud in Tractate Berakot. The sages teach that before you ask God for anything, you must first establish a foundation of absolute gratitude for what already exists. The prayer is known as the blessing of Asher Yatzar, but we are going to focus on a specific, condensed application of its core principle. The 1-minute prayer consists of 3 distinct phases, each taking exactly 20 seconds. To understand why this works, we must look at the psychological and spiritual mechanics of the prayer. The human brain is wired for survival. When you wake up in the morning, your default state is often anxiety. You think about the bills you have to pay, the emails you have to answer, and the problems you have to solve. This anxiety creates a state of contraction. Your focus narrows, your creativity shuts down, and you operate from a place of fear. The 1-minute prayer is designed to violently interrupt this state of contraction and force your mind into a state of expansion. It does this by breaking your focus away from the immediate problems and redirecting it toward the ultimate source of solutions. Phase 1 is the declaration of source. For the first 20 seconds, you do not ask for anything. You simply declare that God is the absolute source of all wealth. You say, "Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who opens the doors of abundance." This is not just a compliment to God. It is a psychological reset. When you declare that God is the source of abundance, you instantly detach your financial security from your boss, your clients, or the economy. You stop viewing human beings as your source of income and start viewing them merely as channels. This eliminates the anxiety of pleasing people and replaces it with the confidence of serving the Creator. This declaration is rooted in the Talmudic concept of emunah, which is often translated as faith, but actually means active, unshakable trust. When you say, "Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe," you are not just reciting a traditional formula. You are establishing a hierarchy. You are reminding yourself that the economy is not the king. Your employer is not the king. The stock market is not the king. There is only one King of the universe, and He is the one who opens the doors of abundance. This realization is incredibly liberating. It means that even if one door closes, the king has the power to open another one. You are no longer dependent on the limited resources of the physical world. You are connected to the infinite resources of the Creator. Let me tell you about a man named Arthur. Arthur was a real estate agent who was paralyzed by the fear of losing clients. He was constantly stressed, constantly compromising his values to close deals, and constantly exhausted. He viewed his clients as his source of wealth. When the housing market slowed down, Arthur panicked. His income plummeted, and he was on the verge of quitting the industry. Then Arthur learned the declaration of source. He started spending the first 20 seconds of his 1-minute prayer declaring that God, not the housing market, was the source of his abundance. This simple shift changed his entire demeanor. He stopped acting desperate during negotiations. He started speaking with authority and confidence. Clients sensed this shift and were drawn to his calm certainty. Within a year, Arthur became the top producing agent in his firm, not because the market improved, but because he changed his source. Arthur's story illustrates the power of detaching your security from human sources. When you view people as your source of wealth, you become a slave to their opinions and their demands. You operate from a place of weakness. But when you view God as your source and people merely as the channels through which that abundance flows, you operate from a place of strength. You can negotiate with confidence, you can walk away from bad deals, and you can maintain your integrity, knowing that the King of the universe has infinite channels at his disposal. Phase 2 of the 1-minute prayer is the acknowledgement of the vessel. For the next 20 seconds, you acknowledge the physical and mental tools God has given you to create wealth. You say, "Thank you for the mind to think, the hands to work, and the strength to execute." This is where the prayer becomes intensely practical. Wealth is not going to fall from the sky into your lap. God provides the raw materials, but you must build the vessel to hold them. By thanking God for your mind and your hands, you are taking responsibility for your part in the wealth creation process. You are acknowledging that you are not a passive recipient of charity, but an active partner in creation. The concept of the vessel is central to Kabbalistic teachings on wealth. The Zohar explains that divine light is constantly flowing into the world, but it can only be received if there is a vessel prepared to hold it. If you pray for rain but do not build a cistern, the water will simply wash away. In the financial realm, your skills, your work ethic, and your business structures are the vessels. When you thank God for the mind to think and the hands to work, you are committing to the process of building the vessel. You are telling the Creator, "I am ready to do the work required to hold the blessing you are sending." This brings us to the story of Beatrice. Beatrice was a talented graphic designer who had been praying for years for a financial breakthrough. She spent hours every day asking God to send her a massive contract or a wealthy investor. But she spent very little time actually improving her portfolio or marketing her services. She was waiting for a miracle while ignoring the tools she already possessed. When Beatrice started using the 1-minute prayer, the acknowledgement of the vessel forced her to confront her own inaction. She realized that she was thanking God for hands she was not using and a mind she was not applying. She stopped waiting for a rescue and started building her vessel. She spent the next month completely revamping her portfolio and aggressively pitching to high-end clients. The breakthrough she had been praying for finally arrived, not as a magical deposit in her bank account, but as a massive contract from a major tech company. She had finally built the vessel required to hold the blessing. Beatrice's transformation highlights the danger of passive spirituality. Many people use prayer as an excuse for laziness. They believe that if they just pray hard enough, God will do all the work for them. But the Torah teaches the exact opposite. God split the Red Sea, but the Israelites still had to walk through the mud. God provided the manna in the desert, but the Israelites still had to go out and gather it. The acknowledgement of the vessel is your daily reminder that miracles require participation. You must use the mind and the hands you have been given to create the capacity for wealth. Phase 3 of the 1-minute prayer is the command of direction. For the final 20 seconds, you do not beg for money. You command the resources you need to fulfill your specific purpose. You say, "Direct the resources of heaven to the work of my hands today, that I may build, bless, and multiply." This is the most powerful part of the prayer. You are not asking for money to hoard it. You are asking for resources to deploy them. The Talmud teaches that God is eager to send wealth to those who will use it to build the world, support their families, and give to others. When you command the resources of heaven toward a specific, productive purpose, you align your desires with the divine will. This command is based on the principle of tzedakah, which is often translated as charity, but actually means justice or righteousness. In the Jewish framework, wealth is not given to you solely for your own consumption. It is given to you so that you can be a steward of divine resources. When you command the resources of heaven to the work of your hands, you are essentially applying for a job as a divine distributor. You are telling God, "If you send the resources to me, I will ensure they are used to build, bless, and multiply." This is the ultimate wealth hack. When your purpose aligns with God's purpose, the flow of abundance becomes unstoppable. Consider the story of Julian. Julian was an entrepreneur who had launched 3 different startups, all of which had failed. He was deeply in debt and deeply discouraged. His prayers had always been desperate pleas for personal survival. "God, please help me pay my rent. God, please do not let me go bankrupt." Julian decided to try the 1-minute prayer. When he reached the command of direction, he realized he had never actually given God a reason to send him wealth other than his own survival. He changed his focus. He started a new business aimed at providing affordable, high-quality educational materials for underprivileged schools. His prayer shifted from "help me survive" to "direct resources to this work so I can bless these students." The shift in alignment was immediate. Because his purpose was now aligned with building and blessing, doors that had previously been locked suddenly opened. Investors who had rejected his previous self-centered startups were eager to fund his new mission-driven enterprise. Julian's business exploded, generating massive profits while simultaneously fulfilling a critical need in the community. He learned that when you command resources for a divine purpose, the universe rushes to supply them. Julian's success demonstrates the magnetic power of a mission-driven life. When your only goal is personal survival, your capacity for wealth is limited to your personal needs. But when your goal is to build, bless, and multiply, your capacity for wealth expands to match the size of your mission. The universe is not interested in funding your ego, but it is infinitely interested in funding your purpose. The command of direction ensures that your daily work is always connected to a larger, divine objective. This is why the 1-minute prayer is so effective. It is not about the length of time you spend praying, it is about the density of your alignment. In just 60 seconds, you accomplish 3 massive spiritual shifts. You detach from human sources and connect to the divine source. You take responsibility for your actions and commit to building a vessel. And you align your daily work with a divine purpose that the universe is eager to fund. This is a complete psychological and spiritual overhaul condensed into a single minute. The beauty of this prayer is its simplicity. It does not require you to learn ancient Hebrew. It does not require you to understand complex Kabbalistic meditations, and it does not require you to spend hours in isolation. It only requires 60 seconds of absolute, unbroken focus. But those 60 seconds must be fiercely protected. You cannot let your mind wander to your to-do list. You cannot let your anxiety creep back in. For 1 minute, you must exist entirely in the reality of divine abundance. You must feel the truth of the words you are speaking. This is the complete 1-minute prayer. 20 seconds to declare the source. 20 seconds to acknowledge the vessel. 20 seconds to command the direction. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who opens the doors of abundance. Thank you for the mind to think, the hands to work, and the strength to execute. Direct the resources of heaven to the work of my hands today, that I may build, bless, and multiply. I want you to write these words down. I want you to put them on your bathroom mirror, on your refrigerator, or on the dashboard of your car. I want you to make them the very first thing you say before you look at your phone, before you check your bank account, and before you speak to anyone else. By making this your first action of the day, you are establishing the spiritual foundation upon which the rest of your day will be built. You are ensuring that every decision you make, every email you send, and every meeting you attend is infused with the energy of abundance rather than the energy of lack. When you speak these words, you must speak them with absolute conviction. You cannot mumble them passively while checking your phone. You must stand up, look forward, and declare them as a sovereign builder. The words themselves are powerful, but the intention behind them is what activates the blessing. You are setting the coordinates for your day. You are telling the universe exactly what you expect to happen and exactly what you are prepared to do. It takes exactly 60 seconds, but in those 60 seconds, you completely rewire your financial psychology. You eliminate desperation. You take responsibility for your actions. And you align your work with the infinite resources of the Creator. This daily rewiring is essential because the world is constantly trying to pull you back into a state of lack. Every news headline, every unexpected bill, and every difficult client is a gravitational pull toward anxiety. The 1-minute prayer is your daily anti-gravity mechanism. It lifts you out of the scarcity mindset and places you firmly in the abundance mindset before the world has a chance to drag you down. You do not need to spend hours begging for what God already wants to give you. You simply need to align your mind and your actions with the flow of abundance. When you do this consistently, every single morning, you will watch your financial reality transform in ways you never thought possible. The transformation will not happen because God suddenly decided to like you more. The transformation will happen because you finally built a vessel capable of holding the blessing He was already trying to send. You stopped acting like a victim and started acting like a partner. You stopped begging for survival and started commanding resources for a purpose. This is the ultimate secret of the ancient sages. They understood that the universe operates on principles of resonance. If you are vibrating at the frequency of lack, you will attract circumstances that validate that lack. If you are vibrating at the frequency of abundance, you will attract circumstances that validate that abundance. The 1-minute prayer is your tuning fork. It forces your mind, your emotions, and your spirit to vibrate at the exact frequency of the divine flow. When you do this, you become a magnet for the resources you need to fulfill your purpose. This is the ultimate secret of the ancient sages. They did not view prayer as a way to change God's mind. They viewed prayer as a way to change themselves. God's desire to bless you is constant. It never wavers. The only variable in the equation is your capacity to receive. The 1-minute prayer is the tool you use to expand that capacity. It is the hammer and chisel you use to break down the walls of scarcity and build a vessel large enough to hold the wealth you are destined to create. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely, protect it fiercely, and never forget that true wealth is not just about what you accumulate, but about the divine alignment of your actions. If you are truly serious about accelerating your journey and applying these principles at the highest level for a limited time, I am opening the doors to the Torah Millionaire Business School. This is where we go beyond the basics and build the complete architecture of ancient wealth. The doors are closing soon. The link is in the comments. Shalom and may your 1-minute prayer unlock a lifetime of abundance.